In the heart of a forgotten town, shrouded in mist and cloaked in an unsettling silence, stood an imposing Victorian mansion with a dark secret. Emma, adventurous and undeterred by rumors, decided to host a sleepover for her friends within its time-worn walls. Little did they fathom that this seemingly innocent night would unravel a tapestry of horror that spanned centuries. The clock's chime marked the bewitching hour when the atmosphere shifted. Unseen forces seemed to awaken within the house, and the friends found themselves captivated by ghostly whispers echoing through the creaking corridors as the spectral voices grew more distinct. Anxiety etched itself across their faces, a prelude to the nightmarish ordeal that awaited. A sudden drop in temperature, accompanied by an eerie fog, heralded the arrival of an otherworldly presence. The air became charged with an unspoken tension, as unseen hands brushed against the startled guests. Nervous laughter waned, giving way to a growing realization that the mansion held secrets darker than they could fathom. Curiosity mingled with trepidation. Emma suggested a journey to the attic, where an ancient Ouija board lay dormant. The planchette, seemingly guided by an invisible force, spelled out messages that unveiled the tragic history of the mansion. It spoke of a family torn apart by betrayal and a restless spirit seeking justice. As the group absorbed the chilling revelations, a sudden blackout plunged the room into darkness. Panic ensued, and in the feeble glow of flashlights, ghostly figures materialized, casting ominous shadows on the walls. Desperation pushed them to escape, but the house seemed to morph, trapping them in a labyrinth of unfamiliar passageways. The whispers escalated into anguished cries, and the air itself seemed to thicken with malevolence. Decaying portraits in a forgotten room bore witness to the group's terror, their eyes following the intruders as they stumbled through a spectral gallery frozen in time. In a stroke of luck, or perhaps guided by unseen hands, they discovered a concealed cellar door. The descent led them into a dimly lit chamber adorned with relics and artifacts, hinting at a sinister past. The Ouija board's messages became more urgent, urging the group to rectify a long-forgotten wrong. As they approached a decrepit altar, the atmosphere intensified. The artifact, carefully returned to its rightful place, triggered an otherworldly scream that reverberated through the mansion. The air crackled with energy as the spirit's wrath reached its zenith, only to suddenly dissipate into an eerie calm. Exhausted and bewildered, the friends emerged from the house, finding the Victorian mansion now standing silent under the moonlit sky. A shared glance conveyed the weight of the night's events, a night where shadows spoke and the past demanded reckoning. The whispering shadows, a timeless tale etched into the fabric of the old mansion, served as a haunting reminder that some sleepovers are portals to realms where the line between reality and the supernatural blurs. In the heart of the forgotten town of Ravenswood, where time seemed to stand still, minus one friends embarked on an extraordinary sleepover within the dilapidated walls of the infamous Holloway Manor. Little did they know that the decaying structure harbored more than just memories. It cradled a malevolent energy waiting to be awakened. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting elongated shadows over the manor's desolate gardens, the group of friends prepared for a night they would soon wish to forget. The air became palpably charged as the ancient clock tower struck midnight, setting the stage for the supernatural symphony about to unfold. Lily, the intrepid leader of the group, proposed exploring the manor's mysteries armed with little more than flashlights and a sense of morbid curiosity. In the dim light of the living room, they uncovered an antique Ouija board, dust-covered and hidden in a long-forgotten chest. Little did they realize that this seemingly innocent board would become a conduit to the spectral entities lingering within the manor's shadows. Placing their hands hesitantly on the planchette, they felt a sudden drop in temperature. Candles flickered, casting eerie shadows that seemed to dance to an invisible tune. The planchette, moved by unseen forces, spelled out names and cryptic messages from beyond the veil. The room resonated with whispers, revealing a tale of love, betrayal, and a vengeful spirit that refused to find rest. As the group exchanged nervous glances, the atmosphere in the room grew heavier. A chilling fog crept in, swallowing the room in an otherworldly haze. Doors slammed shut, and ethereal cries reverberated through the manor, intensifying their growing sense of dread. The spirits of the past had awakened, and the friends found themselves caught in a spectral dance between the living and the dead. In a desperate bid to escape the encroaching terror, they followed a flickering light that led them to the manor's dilapidated library. The shelves groaned under the weight of forgotten tomes, each one holding a piece of the manor's dark history. A portrait on the wall, seemingly untouched by time, watched them with ghostly eyes that bore into their souls. Venturing further into the depths of the manor, the friends stumbled upon a concealed passage that descended into a forgotten crypt, adorned with ancient symbols and forgotten relics. The Ouija board's messages grew more urgent, guiding them toward a forgotten grave that held the key to appeasing the restless spirits that roamed the manor's halls. With trepidation, they unearthed a long-forgotten relic, triggering a surge of energy that rippled through the air. Flickering lights and ghostly apparitions manifested around them, as if the manor itself was coming alive. The spirits expressed both gratitude and sorrow, their presence fading into the shadows as the friends struggled to comprehend the supernatural forces they had unleashed. Emerging from the manor at the break of dawn, the friends were greeted by a tranquil scene that betrayed the horrors of the night. The once imposing structure now stood silent, its secrets laid bare. They left with a shared understanding that some mysteries are best left undisturbed, and that the abandoned manor would forever echo with the whispers of the past, a chilling testament to the true sleepover horror they had unwittingly become a part of. In the quiet town of Hollow Ridge, nestled deep within the woods, a group of friends decided to spend a night at the mysterious Hollow Ridge Lodge. Little did they know that this seemingly serene retreat held a dark secret that would turn their casual sleepover into a harrowing tale of the supernatural. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows over the dense forest, the friends arrived at the lodge. The air was thick with an unsettling stillness. As they entered the rustic building adorned with antlers and vintage furniture, a feeling of unease settled upon them, but they brushed it off as mere imagination. Nightfall brought a subtle change in the atmosphere. The lodge, once warm and inviting, now seemed to exude a cold and eerie aura. The friends gathered in the cozy living room, sharing laughter and stories, trying to shake off the growing sense of unease that lingered in the air. As the clock struck midnight, a sudden gust of wind extinguished the fireplace, plunging the room into darkness. Nervous laughter turned into anxious whispers as they fumbled for flashlights, and unseen footsteps echoed through the lodge, creating an unsettling rhythm that resonated through the wooden floors. Determined to dispel the growing tension, they decided to explore the lodge. Antique photographs on the walls seemed to follow their every move, and the creaking floorboards beneath their feet added an eerie soundtrack to their journey. In the dim light, they stumbled upon a locked door, its rusty handle refusing to yield. In a daring move, they decided to use an old key they found in the dusty attic. The door grown open, revealing a hidden chamber adorned with symbols and strange artifacts. The air inside felt charged with an otherworldly energy. A tattered journal lay on an antique desk, recounting tales of a tragic event that occurred decades ago. The mysterious disappearance of a family that had once owned the lodge. As they delved deeper into the journal's entries, an ominous presence filled the room. Unexplained shadows danced on the walls, and a distant, mournful howl echoed through the forest. The friends, now gripped by fear, questioned whether they should stay or flee, but an unseen force seemed to lock them within the lodge's confines. The antique clock in the corner struck 3 a.m., a time often associated with paranormal activity. Whispers reverberated through the lodge, and the temperature dropped drastically. Doors slammed shut, trapping them in different rooms. Panic set in as they realized the lodge itself was alive with a malevolent force. In a desperate attempt to escape, they retraced their steps, guided by the flickering light of their flashlights. Each room seemed to hold a new horror, as ghostly apparitions manifested before them. The once charming lodge had transformed into a nightmarish labyrinth, each turn leading them deeper into the clutches of the supernatural. Finally, in the heart of the lodge, they discovered a secret room adorned with occult symbols. A ghostly figure materialized, revealing itself as the spirit of the family that had vanished decades ago. The entity, tormented and seeking closure, communicated through chilling whispers, recounting the lodge. The friends, now empathetic to the spirit's plight, vowed to help it find peace. Following the guidance of the ghostly apparition, they conducted a ritual to release the trapped souls from the lodge. As the ritual reached its climax, a blinding light enveloped the room, and the once haunted lodge fell into an eerie silence. The dawn brought a sense of calm to Hollow Ridge. The friends, visibly shaken but alive, emerged from the lodge. The once ominous structure now stood silent, as if the supernatural forces that once held it captive had finally found release. The haunting of Hollow Ridge Lodge became a tale whispered among the townsfolk, a cautionary story of a sleepover that transcended the realms of the living and the dead.